What's going on YouTube? We're back today with another video for you. This time something that's completely different from the fitness, lifestyle previous videos that I've done. This video I'm going to show you some of my footage from a trip I went on last year. Back to Italy again, this time not for skiing. We went on a motorbiking trip back in September. I went with the guys from work. A couple of guys from work are avid bikers. One teaches people how to race around a track. He does racing himself. And there's a couple of older lads on the watch that have been just sort of generally biking for 20, 30 years plus. So they've all got a substantial amount of experience on a bike. My first bike was when I was 16. I passed my CBT, and obviously I had to wait another year before I could start learning to drive. So I actually went out and bought an MBK X-Power, which was a 50cc sports bike, and it was a replica of the sort of R1, R6-ish looking bike. It was only a 50cc, it looked a lot faster than what it was, and the top speed was around about 32 mile an hour at the time. I had it for a year, but my mum wasn't too keen on me keeping the bike, so I started to learn to drive after 17, sold the bike, used the deposit from the bike to pay for a car. And then for the next 10, 12, about 14 years up until now, I've always been cars. I've always bought, or always had a relatively decent car, spent a lot of money into them, earned money, put it straight into the car. And obviously last year I recently sold my Subaru in order for me to move out. And I was at a sort of stage in my life where I thought, right, I need to just calm down a little bit now. Obviously I've bought my smart car, and then I have this flat now, which is amazing, and I don't miss the Subaru one little bit. And it was literally only until last year that one of the lads on the watch said, look, why don't you come to Italy? Why don't you go and do your CBT again and buy a little 125 and just come to Italy with us? So obviously peer pressure kicked in. I went out last year, August last year, got my CBT done, which was really fairly straightforward, to be honest. And I was getting myself worked up over nothing. Went out and bought a Yamaha YZF R125, which is a really nice looking sports bike. It's in black with some gold decals on it. And you might be thinking to yourself, cool, you're like 30 years old, Dan. Like, what are you doing on a 125 chav motorbike? But honestly, I am so glad that I'd done this. What an experience to go to a different country and ride with your friends on a motorbike through Italy, round Lake Como. We went to the Switzerland. We went past the Spluga Pass, which is quite famous in Switzerland. We were getting up, jumping on the bikes, riding around Lake Como, and then we were going literally on a 2 to 3 hour run over the Swiss border, stopping off at little coffee shops, little cafes, stopping off for coffee and food, just having generally quite a good time. So currently at the moment, I am in the process of doing my Module 1 test for the bike. I've done my CBT obviously last year, I've done my theory test not so long ago. I've got my Module 1 booked in very soon. I have bought a bike. I have got a Yamaha R6 13S, which I believe is the 2008 model onwards. Not a lot of difference between the previous models. I just really like the look of this one. I like it aesthetically, and obviously the power performance is a little bit better than the previous models. And I'm actually going to pick that up tomorrow. So I will do a video on my new R6, and I'll take you around it and I'll turn it on and you can hear it and you can have a little look at that. For now, I've got some footage for you of last year's trip to Italy. And again, we stayed at the same place as I went skiing, literally on the border of Lake Como. And this run is early in the morning. It's actually from my friend's apartment, which is up the top of the mountain. And it's a mountain run that's sort of got lots of twisty and turny roads. There's a little bit of straight, and we go down into the valley and we come to a T-junction where the main village is called Varenna, which is in Italy, and then we do a right and we go down the side of the mountain, which is actually going round Lake Como itself. At the start of the video you will see me, I'm sort of setting up my GoPro, and I'm using a GoPro specifically for this with a wide angle lens on it. As you can capture most of the road on the left, most of the road on the right, down below and above, so you should be able to see some good views as I go around the mountain. So what I'm going to do quickly is put a picture of the map reference as to where we were in relation to Lake Como, and you can see from the next clip where the road starts at the very top of the mountain, and then it literally winds down, left, right, left, right, left, right, curves right down to the lake, and then we veer off right up by the side of the lake, going north towards Switzerland. So I'll try and add that in for you right now. So without further ado, I hope you like my footage. Please like, subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, I'm going to be posting up more videos of myself riding on the R6, probably within a month's time after I get my test out of the way, fingers crossed. And yeah, like I say, hope you enjoy the footage, and I will see you in the next one.